Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Virgil Ortiz Jr. passes the test. His first big step up fight versus Maurice Hooker. Successful with a TKO. I believe it was the 6th or the 7th round. Man, it was a great fight. Very entertaining up until the stoppage. Maurice Hooker was dropped the previous round. But he got back up, came out in that last round and started firing. But Virgil Ortiz was able to stop him. It looked like it was a body shot. I don't know if he hit him on the arm and damaged his arm, because it was kind of like a delay reaction. Normally when it's a delay reaction, it's from a body shot. But Virgil Ortiz, man, he kept the pressure on Maurice Hooker the whole night. I actually had I had Virgil Ortiz winning the first round, and then I gave Maurice Hooker the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th round. Maurice started to put his punches together, started to use his jab. Shout out to Bomac, man, because I could definitely see the improvements in Maurice Hooker's game. You know, I feel like he took Maurice Hooker as far as he could take him. Having him use the jab, put his punches together, be patient, counter punch and set traps. But Virgil Ortiz was just ferocious and steadfast and strong and just vibrant and with a lot of energy, man, and very confident. He just kept coming forward, throwing punches and punches and punches. And it just, at some point, sooner or later, as you saw in my prediction, I knew that at some point Virgil Ortiz was going to wear Maurice Hooker down, and he did. In, I believe it was the 7th round. My prediction was the 7th or 8th round TKO. So it was right on the money. You know what I'm saying? But Virgil Ortiz, man, he looked good. He looked strong. He was getting hit with some. So it's boxing. You gonna get hit. Face was a little messed up, but I felt like he did what he needed to do to get on the inside. Maurice Hooker has long reach, and he was using that jab. And, of course, if you coming forward as an aggressive fighter, you gon' take some shots, especially when you fighting a guy that has longer reach than you, who has a decent jab and who's actually using that jab like Hooker was in this fight. So he took a few shots to get on the inside and land his. The fight changed when Virgil Ortiz started to go to the body. There was one body shot that Virgil Ortiz landed that hurt Maurice Hooker pretty bad, and you can see that he was pretty defensive for the remainder of that round. And then he went to the corner. He told Bomac, he was like, Bomac was getting on his ass. He was like, tie. And then I kept saying this too. I'm like, bro, Maurice Hooker got to learn how to tie up. Like, you can stop some of that firepower if you tie up here and there. You got to know how to use the tie-up method effectively. But Bomac was getting on his ass, telling him, bro, look, don't just sit on the ropes. You got to learn how to tie up. And Maurice Hooker told him, he said, I can't breathe. I couldn't breathe, coach. I got hit with a body shot. I couldn't breathe. And I knew that shot affected him. And from there, Virgil Ortiz continued to go to the body, continued to break him down and wear Maurice Hooker down, man, and ended up getting him up out of there. So really good performance by Virgil Ortiz. He showed me the mental fortitude. He showed me that he can make an adjustment. And the adjustment that I saw him make was investing more into the body. Once, because Chris Mannix, his scorecards was ridiculous. I had Maurice Hooker winning the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They were pretty close rounds, but I had Maurice Hooker doing the more effective boxing. But Virgil Ortiz made an adjustment in the 5th round and started investing in that body more. You know what I'm saying? He started to notice, like, look, when I hit him with that body shot, Maurice Hooker, he putting those elbows, tucking those elbows in and trying to protect himself. Now I can go over the top and hit him with a shot. And when you seen it, when he dropped Maurice Hooker, he dropped him with, I think it was a straight right to the head, and then he hit him with an uppercut. So Virgil Ortiz, I told y'all, he does have the ability to make adjustments. He showed it in that fight, and I'm excited to see what's next for Virgil Ortiz. I think he is ready for the top guys. He's ready for the contenders, the champions. And I know they asked Terrence Crawford about a possible matchup with Virgil Ortiz. Terrence Crawford said, I just laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? But, that might be a decent fight to watch. I don't know if he's ready for a Terrence Crawford or an Earl Spence, but hey man, you know, with a performance like this, put him in there. Get him in there with one of those top guys like a Ugis or a Sean Porter or Keith Thurman, you know, Danny Garcia. I would love to see Vergil Ortiz versus Danny Garcia. I know Danny Garcia said he's going up to 154, but it's a few guys that you could put him in there with. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How did y'all feel about Vergil Ortiz's performance? What did y'all think about the fight? And what y'all think is next for Maurice Hooker after this? You know what I'm saying? What y'all want to see next from both guys? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.